Welcome to Elevated Understanding, where knowledge meets clarity. If you're seeking insights that expand your perspective, you're in the right place. Join our community as we explore thought-provoking ideas, with every video designed to elevate your awareness. A special shout-out to our first 111 comments. Thank you for being part of this journey. Let's grow together, elevate together. Let me share something about what it truly means to be chosen. It's not about wearing a cape or showing off a golden badge that declares your uniqueness. No, it's deeper, more ancient, more unsettling to those who live in mediocrity. You can feel it in your bones, this knowing that there's a different sort of light inside you. It's the kind of light that can brighten an entire room with just your silent presence. But don't get it twisted. That same light can burn those who dare spit on your name. Because we are peaceful souls, but we are not to be trifled with. That's why we're dangerous. We may not run around bragging, but cross our boundaries and you'll see the sparks fly. The haters, they think we're just like them, perched on the same level, sharing the same limited vision. But oh, how mistaken they are. They don't see the intelligence, the relentlessness, the capacity we have to shape entire realities without even raising our voices. They step to us, mocking, pushing, underestimating, and before they know it, they're clutching at the air, wondering how they got scorched by our righteous fire. So let me ask you to affirm something right here and now. No hesitation, no half voice. I am the chosen. I am unstoppable. I am both gentle and powerful. Keep that close to your heart. Because when the world tries to make you second-guess your path, you'll need to remember who you are. Haters and naysayers have no idea they're dealing with a different breed. They look at your calm, see your quiet confidence, and think it's timid. They have no clue that your stillness is just the coiling of energy, waiting for the right moment to strike. And oh, strike you will. When the time demands it, I'm here to tell you that your existence alone can uproot the mediocrity around you, making the status quo quiver in its boots. You are dangerous, not because you're mean or cruel, but because you're simply too powerful to be ignored. People can pretend they don't see you, can try to undermine you, but the truth is, once a chosen one enters the scene, everything else rearranges itself around their presence. Why are we so dangerous? Because we don't need to roar like lions to be felt. Our purr is enough to send chills down the spine of the unprepared. The usual tactics, gossip, cheap shots, sabotage, don't work on us. We see it coming a mile away. We can read people's intentions before they ever open their mouths. That's part of the advantage of being highly intelligent. We recognize patterns, sense energies, and know the script our enemies are about to read from before they recite the first line. And let's talk about that word, enemy, for a moment. We're not out here hunting for battles or starting fights. We walk in peace until someone thinks it's a good idea to test our patience. The second they step over that line, they discover that a chosen one can turn the whole battlefield upside down with a single well-aimed blow. It's not that we enjoy destroying illusions, it's that we have no tolerance for nonsense. The moment someone tries to spit on our name or drag us into the gut, they get burned by the spiritual, mental, and emotional fire we carry. Now, I'm not telling you to walk around with a chip on your shoulder or to jump at every provocation. No, no. Part of being chosen is exercising restraint, knowing how to conserve that raw energy until it's absolutely needed. But here's the thing about haters. They mistake kindness for weakness every single time. They try to push and push, thinking you'll never push back. Then, all at once, they realize they've disturbed the sleeping dragon, and that is why a chosen one is the most dangerous entity in the room. We don't move unless the moment truly calls for it. When we do move, it's decisive, unstoppable, game-changing. And when you feel the weight of people's belief, or the sting of their disrespect, I want you to affirm again, I carry ancient power. I move with silent strength. I will not be underestimated. Speak it, live it, because the haters will keep underestimating you. They have no concept of the wellspring of power and intelligence surging beneath your quiet surface. By the time they see it, it's too late. Now, let's talk about how your very presence disrupts the comfort zones of everyone around you. People who've resigned themselves to just getting by or doing what everyone else does can't stand it when someone walks in with that chosen one glow. Why? Because it reminds them they have more potential than they're using. It's a mirror that shows them their life of compromise. Your existence becomes a living testament that says, look what happens when you refuse to settle, and instead of seeing you as inspiration, they treat you as a threat. This is where things get interesting. They might attempt to ridicule your dreams, whisper behind your back, or dismiss your goals as impossible. It's a defense mechanism. If they can convince others you're crazy or too much, they can stay cocooned in their smallness. But you know better. You keep moving, keep elevating, keep manifesting your vision, and one day they look up and realize you've built everything they said was impossible. That's when the jaws drop, the voices hush, and suddenly they want to learn from you. But let me make this perfectly clear. Being a chosen one doesn't mean you're arrogant or that you look down on people. We carry a lot of compassion, a lot of understanding. We want people to rise alongside us. But here's the rub. If they try to sabotage you, belittle you, or treat you like you're ordinary, they will learn the hard way. Because while we love deeply, we also burn fiercely. That duality makes us dangerous. We can lift you to the heavens, or if you show us continuous disrespect, we can scorch your illusions right to the ground. Never forget that power, and never be ashamed of it. There's too many folks out here telling you to keep a low profile, telling you that humility means shrinking. But true humility is knowing your greatness without needing to shove it in someone's face. You can be humble and still move mountains. That's the paradox the haters can't comprehend. When they underestimate your intelligence, it's almost laughable. They think you're on their level because on the surface you don't flaunt your knowledge. You might keep quiet, observing the situation. You might let them talk themselves into circles. And all the while, you're reading the room, picking up on clues, analyzing angles they can't even see. Then, at the opportune moment, you speak, and your words slice through the confusion like a hot knife through butter. That's when their faces betray them, eyes widening, mouths slightly agape. They realize that you've been several steps ahead the entire time. It unnerves them, makes them question their assumptions. Suddenly, they understand that messing with you isn't just about bruising your ego. It's about opening themselves up to a torrent of truth they might not be ready to face. Because a chosen one doesn't just win, we transform the entire environment. We bring revelations, breakthroughs, and yes, sometimes we bring the thunder of righteous anger when we've been pushed too far. Remember to keep your mind sharp and your spirit gentle. You don't have to be hostile to command respect. In fact, it's the measured calm in your responses that often unsettles your adversaries the most. They expect you to lash out, to crumble, or to stoop to their level of pettiness. But you stay poised, and that quiet poise is 1,000 times more intimidating than any roar could be. Let's lock in another affirmation right now. I am calm under pressure. My intelligence shines through silence. My power speaks for itself. Carry that. It's one of your greatest shields and greatest weapons, because intelligence plus composure is the formula that topples entire armies of doubt. Haters sometimes fancy themselves warriors, brandishing petty insults and half-baked rumors like swords. They think if they can wound your pride, they can stop your momentum. But a chosen one's pride isn't built on external validation. It's anchored in a higher understanding of self and purpose. We have a direct line to that inner compass that says, I'm on a divine path. I'm exactly where I need to be. No temporary setback or foolish remark can derail my mission. That's where we become truly unstoppable. Because while your average hater is busy hurling cheap shots, we're over here working, building, strategizing, and taking leaps they can't even dream of. By the time they realize what's happening, we've soared to another level. And if they dare keep spitting from below, well, they'll end up with that spit right back on themselves. Now, I'm not advocating cruelty. I'm not saying we go out of our way to trample those who can't keep up. But I am saying, don't ever let anyone treat you like your common stock when you know you're chosen. Because if someone actively tries to tear you down, they're going to discover that the fire in your soul is more than they can handle. We burn bright and clean, and if you get too close with ill intent, that flame will singe your eyebrows right off. Let's dive deeper into the mind of a hater. They think you're on their level because they assume everyone's playing by the same small rulebook. They see the world in black and white, in either-or extremes, in petty jockeying for status. They have no concept of the multifaceted brilliance that resides in a chosen one's mind. They can't fathom that you might be 10 steps ahead, orchestrating moves they won't understand for years. They approach you with petty mind games, attempts at manipulation, or backhanded compliments. Meanwhile, you're seeing right through their script. You spot the insecurities fueling their behavior. You notice the cracks in their facade. They're an open book to you, while you remain an enigma to them. And that's power. You don't even have to reveal you're onto their scheme. You just keep note of it, and keep moving like the unstoppable force you are. Eventually, some get the memo and back off, realizing they picked a fight they can't win. Others double down, too blinded by ego to retreat gracefully. Those are the ones who learn the lesson the hardest way possible. Because messing with a chosen one is like walking into a thunderstorm thinking an umbrella will do. Once the lightning strikes, it's game over. So if you're sitting there wondering why certain people in your life act like they want to challenge you, don't fret. Understand, it's their limited perspective driving them. They can't grasp how someone so unassuming can hold so much power. Let them underestimate you. Let them walk into the storm unprepared. It's not your job to warn them. Your job is to stand firm in your truth. We're also keepers of an ancient wisdom, a knowledge that can't be taught in traditional schools. It's the wisdom that we are more than our bodies, more than our circumstances, more than the obstacles life throws at us. It's the wisdom that says we are co-creators of our destiny, and no matter how bleak the external world might look, we can always bend reality to align with our purpose, through faith, relentless work, and a mindset that refuses to yield. When you walk with that knowledge, you radiate a calm assurance that unsettles people who rely on drama and chaos for energy. You don't stoop to gossip or petty conflicts because you understand those are distractions. You keep your eyes on the larger vision, on the legacy you're building. And that's another reason we're dangerous. You can't distract a chosen one from their mission. Throw a stumbling block in our way and we'll turn it into a stepping stone. Spread rumors and we'll turn the negativity into free publicity. Try to shut a door on us and we'll carve a whole new path. Yes, we operate on a higher frequency, and yes, that can seem intimidating. But let me remind you, there's no arrogance here. We're not out here saying we're better than anyone else. We're saying we're willing to tap into our deeper potential, something most people never dare to do. Most never break free from the mental chains society places on them. We do, and that decision alone separates us from the crowd. Let's ground ourselves in another affirmation. I am a creator of my reality. Obstacles are stepping stones. I remain focused on my divine mission. Keep that front and center, Because there are times the world tries to drown you in distractions, drama, and negativity. Remember who you are in those moments. Also, let's talk about how the chosen handle setbacks. We don't fold under pressure, we alchemize it. When the world thinks we're cornered, we find hidden exits or create new doors. That resourcefulness is another reason we're dangerous. You can't keep a chosen one down for long because our willpower isn't just personal, it's cosmic. We are plugged into something greater than ourselves. That might sound mystical, but it's real. When you know your life has a purpose beyond just existing, you tap into reserves of strength that the ordinary mind can't fathom. So the next time a hater or a hardship tries to box you in, remember that your ingenuity is limitless. Keep rising, chosen one. Keep shining. Let your haters gape in amazement when their schemes crumble. Let them realize far too late that they stepped into a ring they could never win. And let them watch as you ascend to heights they deemed impossible, proving once and for all that the only thing more frightening than a powerful enemy is a powerful soul at peace with itself. Because in the end, it's not about them. It's about you, your mission, your gift to the world. Embrace that mission. Channel your anger with righteousness. Protect your boundaries with strength. And love with all your heart. That's the sign of a true chosen one. That's what makes you powerful. And that's what makes you unstoppable. Amen and amen.